Like it?
Good stuff. I like this song.
All right, we're talking about some analytics.
That's very analytical music.
I just grabbed it today. Story blocks. It's in the description.
Love it.
Oh, I do want to show somebody something. I want to show you this. You probably didn't even see it. I'm going to show you something. So we did a review for somebody a while back. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, I'm gonna find this. I had it up. I don't know what happened. Hold on. I swear I know what I'm talking about. So somebody just said that they gave them a review and they finally got here it is. Ivan. He said, I wanted to thank the admins of this group. They did a channel review for me when I shared a graph of one of my videos. They shared a few things that I needed to change. I implemented that advice into my videos. Now I'm starting to get on-site agents of different builders calling me to come shoot videos on their community because they like the quality and information I provide. I changed my style of just doing a walkthrough video of new construction homes to explaining the process, pointing out what upgrades and the standards when you walk through a model home. People are starting to like that a lot. So I just thought we should toot our own horns because our little
I remember that actually. He had like a really good discount, like a $20,000 builder incentive that was like at the very end of the video. And we're like, why are you explaining this in the beginning?
Yeah. So this is his channel. This was him. So that was it. I just wanted to share that because I thought that was a great insight. I still tell him the same thing I would say: get your face off that thumbnail, put the price on there, get all those words off of there. But you can't make them drink everything.
Little by little, right?
Little by little, right? Exactly. So anyway,
that brings up a good point though. Like if you're watching and you aren't a member of that group that Christina and Malcolm run, you should definitely join because there's a lot of great information and great agents that are willing to help on all aspects of YouTube.
Yep. Real estate. What is it? Real estate YouTube mastermind.
It's a weird tongue twister group name.
Malcolm named it. So
Real Estate YouTube Mastermind.
Yeah, YouTube Real Estate Mastermind. That's what it is.
Yeah, there we go.
I changed the color of my hair, and now my settings on my camera are all messed up. I can't get it to.
Oh, because it's like too bright.
Now I'm like. I look like a ghost. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Oh, we got a comment. Hello. Yeah, I've been talking to her on the.
She actually filled out a review. We've done her channel, but I think maybe she's made some tweaks or something. So
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're going to talk about analytics, and you know what? Why don't we do this? I think somebody wants us to review their video. Can we do that on
here? Their actual video?
Well, one of those links was to a video that you sent me.
I'm wondering if it's just like their channel. I see the video.
Yeah, the Maryland.
Let me look and see. Yeah, the Maryland one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see what they
another one. And today
we've never reviewed their channel before.
So no, I think he may have just put that in there, but he wants a channel review, so I don't think it's just a video. Okay.
So I think would work out pretty cool is that normally we go, we talk about our the whole point of the stream. But I think that if we talk about the analytics that they should be paying attention to while doing their channel reviews, I think that would help everybody out. What do you think?
No, 100%. And he just said, hey, I accidentally sent the video and not the channel. So we're all on the same page.
Okay, good. All right. We're going to get into the first things first. Your channel banner is entirely too busy. It's really difficult for the eye to read because you have that very light blue background. and then, all this other, there's just so many words on here. It should just have one very distinct call to action or statement that lets
a value proposition.
Thank you. The value proposition of what they're going to get from your channel. All this other stuff, I would take this off. Like all of that should disappear.
Yeah.
This should go.
And I agree. One of the things that you really want to do is at a glance, you want people to know what you're doing. And so his banner or channel art right here is, it's really busy, but I think with a couple little tweaks, he could make it so much simpler and not really have to change a lot of the design. So we do have a student. I want to pull it up just to show like how a small tweak could make your channel work the same way. So let me just do that real fast, because part of what you're wanting people to understand is they want to know what you do specifically at a glance. And that's what we teach. We want people to understand right off the bat what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So let me do this real quick. And I just want you to see the difference in how channel art can make a huge difference on what you do. So tell me, is that showing up? Mm-hmm. So look at that. Like at a glance, you know that it's relocation. It still has her name and everything, has her picture, but there's nothing else on there except for the area that she's at. And mm-hmm. She's in Texas, is that right?
Austin.
Yeah. So you can do the same things, but look at how simplified it is. This is very simple. So one of the things that I agree 100% with Christina is what you want to do is you want to try to simplify that channel art to really be something that at a glance they know what you do. The other thing is with your channel, it's all about you. And what Christina was talking about is what is the value proposition? What are you doing? Like with you, it's what I think it was like #1 source for real estate, Home Snap's fastest growing agent, and then your name. And that stuff's all fine and good, but what you really want and what people really want is they don't really care about you. They care about what they want. And so when you understand and can pivot your information to go specifically to your viewer, then it's going to resonate a lot more. So instead of it saying, well, look at me, I'm doing all these things, it's how can I help you if you are in the middle of relocating or you're in the middle of new construction or whatever niche that you're going after.
Well, it's a mortgage program down payment. So I would say save money with a down payment assistance.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be the value proposition.
And that could be huge right there at a glance. They could know, oh, I'm getting ready to get a mortgage or I'm getting ready to buy. I'm going to need to talk to somebody about that.
Because all of this is about you and none of it is about them. Home Snap's fastest growing agent in Washington, D.C. Like nobody cares about this. I know you care, but they don't. What are you going to do for them? You're growing fast. Who cares? They want to know what you're going to do for them.
Yeah.
So
the other thing,
save them money. They'll love that.
The other thing too, and this is just something that we teach our students a lot, is understanding who your viewer is or who your avatar is. So you have Maryland Mortgage Program down payment assistance, and then you're doing luxury homes. So
I think that's a separate channel. That's a separate channel.
Well, Maryland Luxury Home, right? The very first thing he's got right there is that video.
Right, but it's like a low down payment.
So I think what you have to do is define, like, because people that need assistance, they're usually not searching luxury real estate. Mm-hmm. Or they're not watching, they're looking for affordability. They're looking for something that's affordable. So maybe tweak the words from luxury. I get what he's trying to do. If it's like, hey, I can help you get into a nicer home with a down payment assistance program. And feel free to chime in as we're talking about this if we're off base on it. But just at first glance, it looks to me like you're saying, hey, you can get a nicer home at with assistance, understanding different grants, different programs, things like that. So, but when you understand like different niches, it's more about talking to that particular person. So someone that's searching for luxury homes, they're typically not looking for a down payment program.
And I'm looking at the amount, how long these videos are. A lot of them are under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And so like the one thing that Joe and I have learned, especially over the last
very recently, like 6 months maybe.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this. I posted that in that group that I run with Malcolm. So YouTube, people are turning off television. They don't want to listen to television. They want to listen to people like us. They're giving them the real information without any kind of fluff. But they want to listen to it like they listen to television. So if it's just a quick little, 2-minute thing, it's in and out of their ears really quickly. I have like tried to stretch my videos out now to 20 minutes. And I'm shocked on how many people actually watch that all the way through for 20 minutes because they're watching it like television.
Yep.
They trust us much more than they trust TV. So this is an opportunity right now with YouTube being the #1 streaming site. #1, beat out Netflix by a mile, beat them out. So, this is an opportunity. I think you need to make your videos a lot longer, longer.
And the thing is that with these types of programs, they're probably pretty intricate, which would mean that you could really walk them through on a very more like a more specific level to really get into the details of it, and expound on that into a 15 to 20 minute video, and for at least do longer than like 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That should be like the least amount you should do.
So you'd still use it to Maryland, right? So there's a mortgage guy and he has a house, has a Win the House You Love. This is his channel.
In this video, we're going to
pay attention to, first of all, the length of his videos. Secondly of all, I want you to see how simplified his thumbnails are. And then lastly, I want you to see how large his noggin is. People want to see your face. They want to see the whites of your eyes so they can look into your eyes. When you make yourself really tiny, it's hard for people to even see who you are. They want to know who they're going to be listening to when they click on that thumbnail. So make your noggin bigger and simplify your thumbnail somehow. Like, look at this one right here, with that's a very simplified image. It's very easy to identify what's going on there. So,
but what's awesome is if you look at that in a second, you know that it's a tax return and you know that it's real estate. And that's the point of a good thumbnail is you don't have to explain it. Someone can understand what it is just in a second or two of looking at it.
Yep. I concur, Joe Eves.
So we got a question here. It says, if you wanted to do luxury, would you recommend doing a separate channel or start showing luxury homes on his channel? So
it's two different avatars.
So what we recommend is pick what you want to do. It looks like most of his content is, it looks like a lot of it is to do with down payment assistance and government grants and things like that, which is awesome. So if that's what he's working on, that's what he knows, then I would say stick with that and just implement the things that Christina and I are talking about, where you make your videos longer, where you explain the process in more detail, and really try to explain it in a way that, because what happens inevitably is if you do a good job explaining something, then people reach out because they want more information. Because even though you gave even a 20-minute video, it's going to take longer than 20 minutes to sometimes understand how some of these things work. And that's where having a good call to action and having them reach out to you to book a call where you can explain these programs in better detail would be huge. So in my opinion, like if that's what you like, the content you like making, just make it longer.
Not only that, like his views are pretty level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are really good for luxury and some of them are really good for down payment assistance. But the velocity of your channel would be triple fold if you focused on one thing.
Yep.
Either you're going to be the person that helps people that need down payment assistance, or you're going to be the person that shows off all the luxury stuff. You pick one or the other, because you would have a lot more velocity if you had done that, as I'm going through and looking at this.
And that's, I mean, and the thing is we're definitely not picking on you. This happens with every channel.
Every single channel.
Every channel that we do,
Mm-hmm.
it happens because we, as agents, we have all different types of clients. But what you want to do is you want to get very, very specific on a certain thing. And it sounds like from the comments that you're saying most of the agents in your market focus on luxury. So everyone under 500K are left out to dry. Then
fill in the gap.
Yeah, fill in the gap. But the thing is that think bigger. It's not just your market. It could be the whole country. And you could be sending referrals across the country on this kind of stuff, especially if you have really good information on different types of grants, different kinds of programs, those kind of things. You can create to where you are that resource where people come to you because they know that you know how to do those things. And then they trust you when you say, yeah, I can help you. Like if you're moving here, I've got agents I work with all the time. Let me refer it. And now you've got a great referral business plus doing all of the business in your local area. I think a lot of people get worried that they're like, well, if I start making content that's too big, like that it covers national coverage, then I'm missing out on my local market. And it's the opposite. When you focus on more of that national type thing, but you have a very specific avatar and a very specific niche that you're focusing on, it expands. And then what happens is you get more and more people reaching out to you, but you're not stuck making the same kinds of videos that everybody else in your market is doing because they're focused on luxury in Maryland. And that's all they're focused on. And you have a topic, I think personally, that could go
will make you a lot more money.
Yep, could go. You have so many more people that it would resonate with.
Yep.
Throughout the whole country. Affordability is something that like Christina knows a little bit about as far as like making content, and that's where I would say that's what your niche is as well, is it's affordability.
Yep, because people that need down payment assistance are looking for affordability. The other thing is you have this community tab. Thank you for actually using it because most people don't. But just some tips. Your community page isn't a social media page. What it is a page to almost like introduce them to the content that you make. So when you post something in this, I would talk about interest rates. I would talk about any kind of news story that's come out about down payment assistance. I would do some polls and ask questions that people ask, and do a poll to see if, how people will interact. That's what your community page for, is not to promote your own videos, because your YouTube channel promotes videos. When you put it in the community tab, you're actually hurting your videos by putting it there. That community tab is to have a conversation with the community that is watching your videos. But I mean, at least you're using it. But I would really,
most people don't even know that it's there.
I know. So you're one of the few that actually use it. So like, I do love the fact that like, this is fine that you posted this. This is fine. You could do that. But those polls, questionnaires, any kind of news stories, that's going to get you the best return on amount of action and interaction. So just FYI on that. And he does have some playlists. He is doing some shorts and the videos here. So I mean, it's only 2 minutes, but I want to see what his hook looks like on this. Do you mind, Joe?
No, let's do it.
Okay. Hold on. There we
Hello
go.
again. It's Ronnie, licensed real estate agent in DC and Maryland, and I'm back with another video. Now, today, we're talking about a product that is brought to you by Sandy Spring Bank. And the name of this program is the Jumbo Advantage Mortgage Program.
Okay, I would have started this off like this. That's your hook, right? I would have started that off. Have you heard about the Jumbo Advantage Mortgage Program? It's right out of the Sandy Spring, blah, 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 blah. This program, get right into why they're watching the video.
Yep.
Get right
They're
into
skipping because they're skipping all the way there, or they're leaving as soon as you start that little intro that you have. Even though you're talking and using that as B-roll, it's people are going to bounce. And I bet if you were to look at your analytics, it starts and then it probably drops down like this from the very start of your video. So
the most important analytic that every single channel should be focused on is after you publish a video, look at that audience retention graph. That will tell you so much about what people are watching, what they're skipping, what they're rewinding and watching again. Because if you see a little blip up, that means that they rewound it or paused it to see what it was, either that was on the screen or that you talked about. It's important to add those little elements and then put them into your next video. That is one of the most important analytics to making a more successful video the next time.
Yeah. A lot of times you discover this stuff by accident because you put in a graph or you put in a description or something that helps augment what you're talking about. And people go back because they're like, oh yeah, I want to know more about this. And so if you can learn how to read your analytics and you know that, oh, I need to have my hooks need to be better. I need to have more graphics on the screen because I'm educating. And Win the House That You Love, if you go, like, he would be a really good channel to look and see how his editing style, to see how because he'll have like a mortgage calculator up or he'll have other graphics. And then he'll be on the other side as he's talking to you. And then he's walking you through exactly the same idea of what you're talking about here. But that right there, that whole like graph, even though it's like a 3D kind of cool looking thing, people don't care about that. They want to know, they're on your channel trying to understand this jumbo loan advantage program that you're teaching them about.
The background and stuff is good.
Yeah. Coloring, background, the audio, it's great.
Yep. And then this, like, ready to buy or sell, I would put that towards the end. You want to give them as much. Let's see. This is good right here. Look, you want to give them as much of this as possible. You want to give them so much information they can't wait to get a hold of you. So then when they get to the end of the video, they're going to want to call.
Yeah. The call to action pops up and you've now provided value to where they want to reach out to you. The other thing too, is that a lot of people will start off a video saying who they are, what brokerage they're with, and to like, follow, and subscribe. And they haven't given any information yet. So this is something to think about, is as you're making this content, provide the value first. And the natural thing is when you provide good value, people will follow it. They'll like it, they'll subscribe. And so having it towards the end and just a gentle reminder of, hey, if you like what I've done, give me a like. It helps the channel out or whatever, like in a very subtle way. But I would even go a step further and say, but if this is really interesting to you, if you're really trying to get this kind of program, click in the link down the bottom. I have a description. I've got where you can book a call with me and we can talk through this program one-on-one. I'm really excited and want to help you guys out. You work that into your video. So it's not a forced, hey, click to call me, but you've already provided value. And it's now, hey, I'm doing you a favor. If you want me to explain this in more detail, let's book a call together. And you'll be amazed at how many people will fill that out and want to talk to you.
Another little trick that most people don't realize. So we're watching this video, and this is what YouTube over here on the right-hand side is recommending to the person that's watching this video. So these videos over here done by other real estate channels need to be the videos that you implement on this channel.
You should pay attention to them. First time home buyer program.
Yeah. What is this? What does the underwriter do when buying a house? There, Shahida Hill right here. And then first time home buyer programs and down payment. Jennifer Beeston. They're recommending that. Oh, look, win the house you love. Here's why your payment.
Yeah, see, it's right there. And that's a subtle little trick, but that right there, the reason YouTube put that there is because they know that they're watching your stuff, and that is very similar to your content.
Mm-hmm. Yep, to this particular video.
That video, it's very, and the thing is that's a gold mine of information that can help you come up with better ideas to make more content.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How to pay off your mortgage fast. Here's another one. I'm looking to see what it's recommending. New down payment assistance program right here. Yeah, so I would just, if you're looking for ideas, they're right there on the right-hand side. Like, I don't know what to film.
Yeah, there you go. You have a whole list of them.
A whole list of them. I hope that helps. Did that help you? Maryland Mortgage Program down payment assistance? Maybe he scooted out. Possibly. Or maybe he's driving.
Could be.
Yeah. Thank you. It does help. Yay! I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, here we go. We've got another one here. All right. We're going to share this tab. We've done this before. Yep. So this is Alexis Diaz. All right. So let's talk, because I happen to pop over to your channel today. I'm going to tell you the same thing that we told you last time. Take off all the words on your thumbnail, remove yourself, and put the price of the house behind the roof line of the house itself.
Yep. Make it go across the whole thumbnail too.
Yep. Have it go all the way behind that roof line the whole way. Let me show you. I don't know if I'm spelling this right there. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. He does home tours. You see, all the way across, all the way across, all the way across. And it's very simplified. Very simplified.
So it sounds like she watched our review from the other, because she's saying, I'm going to shorten my intro too, and like all the stuff that we told her from the last time. So that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. And all these little tweaks. What do we always say?
Small tweaks.
Big peaks. Yep. Small tweaks, big peaks. All right, let's go back. Let's try her.
Video links are great though. Like she actually has like 20-minute videos and things like that
they love them.
That people will go through.
Mm-hmm. Yep, people love that.
Why is Amazon paying me $63,000 a month? Well, I didn't make this kind of money.
Yep. Okay.
I found one of the best looking homes in an area where there's no HOA, no CDD at an affordable price. Are you interested?
Stop it right there real quick.
Then look no further, because I got you.
I just want to know what the qualities of 480p.
I don't know. She's got a super high def one. Maybe it's the internet.
Yeah, I got it. It was just me. So why is this? Do you see this black line at the top?
Yeah, it's because of the way that it was formatted.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry.
So if you go back just a little bit, if she's still on, I don't know if she could pull her analytics up, but I would love to.
I found one of the best.
But when she goes in there, like when you, if you can go to this video, Alexis, like look at the analytics and look and see where it actually starts, and tell us if it drops down a little bit right after, like after a second or two, maybe and then it'll probably drop after, when does their intro start? 10 seconds in?
18 seconds in.
Yeah, I wonder if it drops there, but the thing that we'd be super curious about, or at least I would be, is that I think it's great that you open the door and you start talking, but having some graphics like HOA and some of these other things come in as you're talking about that, I think it would keep your engagement up.
So her intro starts at 18 seconds.
Yeah, that just needs to go.
Yeah, remove it. 18. Now we're at 10 seconds.
This was a pretty long one.
12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22. We're at 24 seconds. That is the longest intro on the planet. Like they literally say, if you're going to do, I mean, this is not even coming from us. This is coming from like channels that still have them. Like there's a lot of blog channels, but their intros are now 5 seconds long. 5 seconds long. And they're usually like telling a story. They're like, let's just say somebody sold their whole life and moved into a van, and they'll be like, okay, we're now in England and we got here by a boat, but let's rewind a little bit. And then they run their intro. We sold our whole entire life to move to England after remodeling this van, and today we're in England, you know, and then it cuts right to it. It tells their story.
Yeah,
this is just collage of pictures.
Yeah. And the thing is it like, it looks cool and it's got cool graphics and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is that people are there to see one of the best homes in Florida, according to your title, right? So all of that other stuff doesn't matter. Like it really, and I do like the fact that you open the door and you start talking. I think that's great. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You just need to, the whole idea with this, and this is why we're talking about analytics, is when you see your videos, if you see, we call it the hockey stick of death, but basically if you see your attention and it starts and then it just tanks and then looks like a hockey stick, that's because your hook sucked and that you have to work on it. And how you hook them is exactly what you did in the beginning, but adding some graphics or adding some information, even telling a story or showing maybe even a part of this home tour that you're doing that's awesome. And then you'd be like, oh, but we're going to get back to that. We're going to get to that, but let me show you this. And then you get into it because now you've given them some teasers. But the whole thing is honestly, if all you're doing is home tours, you don't even need to do that. Just cut this part out and your attention is going to be way better. So
I'm going to tell you a little trick. Since there's only 4 of you on here, this is a little back behind the scenes trick. So if your thumbnail is the front of the house, your first 3 seconds of that video should be the front of that house. If your thumbnail is of the pool, the first 3 seconds of that video need to be the pool. Because just like everything, the AI and the algorithm and all of that is all read together. So if your title and your thumbnail got them to click, and then the first few seconds solidify what you said and solidify the actual title, you got a winning combination, you know. So
yeah, what it does is it's the people that are watching are giving, we call it like you're delivering on the promise, right? Yep. Like that you are seeing the thumbnail caught their eye, the title really drew them in, and then you click on it and it's something totally different and they bounce. That's why. It's because you clickbaited them in a way. And so, and people say it in a bad way. Clickbait isn't bad. It's just understanding what that means. And what it means is if you're going to show them something and then tell them something, and then the first thing they see is something totally different, they're going to be turned off from that. So it would be like, this is going to sound really bad. You ever seen those videos that like you get so excited to watch, or you see a thumbnail and a title and then you click it and then you see Rick Astley dancing.
Mm-hmm.
it's like that. You got Rickrolled. You got Rickrolled, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like it's like, and then you're just like pissed. You're like, what the heck? Like don't Rickroll them. Like give them what you're doing. And the thing is, you've got good views, you've got good engagement, and your personality on video is phenomenal. So like use that and get rid of all that extra stuff. And then look at your analytics. And if you see things that are spiking throughout your video, like go back and look, and you can actually click where the retention is in that, where you can see kind of the graph. And when it has a little spike, and sometimes it'll even tell you where the spikes are. If you click on those, you can see right like what they were looking at and why it spiked. And those things are huge for making your content more consistent. And if they like that, you want to incorporate those types of things more into your videos.
I concur, Joe Eves.
We have a client, I mean, a student that she uses a meme in the beginning, in almost every one of her videos, but it resonates with her audience, and immediately she can get them like engaged because she's telling them something, and then she fortifies that with that meme, and then all of a sudden they're hooked. They're drawn in, and that's huge in getting good views.
I noticed this recommendation right here at the top. Look, it's just the house.
Yep.
The very best rare Toll Brothers model homes. The thumbnail is just the house. And look how long that tour is. 1 hour and 32 minutes. People watch that.
Video.
I know.
They love making dinner and watching it on their TV.
Yep, they do. They do. They like it. Wild, huh? I'm interested to see what his channel's about. House Tours International. I just like checking out the competition. I was like looking, but look, all of his thumbnails, just the house, just the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing is you'll want to test it. I would test it with the house and with the price.
Yeah. Yep. House and the price.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Go to his most popular. Let's see what that looks like. He's put out quite a bit of content.
He did not ask us to review his
No,
show.
this is just like totally like.
Yeah. Mind-blowing model house tour in Houston. This is a fantastic thumbnail right here.
Yeah. Blue skies, green.
Yep. The little bit of pink, the shadows, everything. Yep. But that's the idea. And he hasn't had that channel that long. Well, I guess he has 2019. Let's look at his oldest. But it looks like he wasn't even uploading here until a year ago.
Yeah, but even still, look at that. He did this. He did what we're saying to not do, and he's taken himself off of
the thumbnail.
The thumbnails.
Yep.
This is literally, we didn't talk about this or anything either. Like this literally just showed up, and we're just like,
yep. He tested. He changed over time. Like
he's trying arrows. He's
yep.
trying different colors. He's trying a little bow with text.
Yep. And then
you can tell he realizes, hey, maybe I don't put anything on there and I'll get better views. Just a really, really good picture of the house.
Yep. He stopped putting the price on there altogether. Look, this is when he stops putting the price on. Huh. Very interesting.
You can see he's still testing too.
Yep, he's still testing, and then he found it.
And then he's like, oh, my views are getting way better without anything on it.
Just the house. How about that? We learned some stuff today.
Yeah,
this is a guy that's studying YouTube though.
Yeah.
And he's studying his analytics, and he's seeing what works. And look how much like then he started his videos started getting longer and longer and
He's
longer.
like realizing, hey, they're watching all of this.
Yep. He's not one of our students, but he's
learning
studier.
it from somebody.
Maybe he's just him. Maybe he's just
what
studying.
I mean. Like he's just.
I
mean,
a student of YouTube is what we say.
YouTube.
I've been on the search for the very
look, see, he even started with the front of the house.
best homes.
If you look, that the first frame is the front of the house. Just like I said, who knew?
But that goes back to showing what we talk about is like the thumbnail, the title, delivering on the promise, and then you can move into other aspects of it.
Yep. She says,
she says not even no HOA on the thumbnail. I feel like the thing is that you're a home tour channel, if that's what you're doing, and the analytics and the proof is already shown by these massive channels that do home tours, that people get more views. Less is more for a home tour.
Yep. Less is more. And like those titles, like inside, I would say like inside this $499,000 house with no HOA in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, that would be a great title. Yeah. And that's really where so that's kind of the thing, right? Like it's a process. The first thing that you want is the home, the picture of the home that just stops it grabs their attention. They're scrolling, they're on TV or whatever. It grabs their attention. And you really want to oversaturate these thumbnails too with the colors a little bit
too.
And make them so that, because a lot of times they're going to be watching it on a TV, and as they're scrolling through with their remote or going through it, you're going to have that stuff pop up. But then what happens is the very next thing, that the natural thing is that you read the title next. So if you have a beautiful thumbnail and then like a really compelling title, that's what kind of does it to where they're like, okay, I'm clicking, I got to watch this. And so then if it's the house, then showing the front of the house, then it just affirms, okay, I'm going to watch this because I clicked on it. It's shown me you've delivered on the promise. Now let's go through the whole process of the home tour, and then they'll watch it. And if they like your personality and if they like how you do it, then you got somebody that's going to they'll subscribe, they'll like the video, they'll continue to watch. And that's really what you want.
And that's what it's all about. You put your right arm in.
Around.
But you know what though? So nobody likes her personality. They need to go away because she's
got a great personality. You especially on just a little bit of sass to it as well, which is
she's
great.
got my mom calls chutzpah. She's got the chutzpah. You know what I'm talking about? You ever heard that before?
I've never heard that.
Really?
There's a couple sayings you say that I'm like, I've never heard that before.
That's because
what's the one where it's like just a little bit more like?
Oh, that's a Louisiana term. That's lanyap.
Lanyap, yeah.
That's a real word. I didn't make that up.
I'm sure it is.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna
a little lanyap.
Lanyap. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's see it.
It's a real. I'm gonna. Because I don't want you to think I'm crazy. This is a real word.
I don't think you're crazy. I believe you.
All right, lanyap, spelled LAGNIAPPE. Lanyap is a small gift given to a customer by a merchant at the time of a purchase, such as 13 donuts. So you got a little extra,
lanyap. Like instead of 12, you got 13.
Yep. Yep.
A little lanyap.
A little lanyap. I didn't make that up. I didn't want you to think I was.
Hey, I didn't think you did.
We're always giving a little bit extra here on our live streams, aren't we? This should be the lanyap live stream.
The lanyap live stream. Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we need that on shirts.
I think that's a great idea.
We give lanyap live streams.
do well in Louisiana.
I feel like Casper. I'm trying to like get in the shadows. You know?
Gotta adjust your camera a little bit. It'll be fine.
Yeah, a blind man on a horse will never see it.
So let's go into just looking at the stuff that we've seen today from the 2 channels that we've reviewed. What can we tell them that will help them understand analytics better? Because really, part of how you can really grow on YouTube is understanding how to read your analytics, right? That's like one of the best things.
Well, so people get always lost in the sauce by there's a few analytics that people get stuck on and they shouldn't. Everybody should treat each video separately.
Yep.
And you know, like whenever you see that number on there and they like people say, oh, it's at a number 1. Stop looking at that. It doesn't mean anything. What you need to do is look at your CTR. And if your CTR is low and you only had 3 views, it might be your title. It may have nothing to do with your thumbnail. So understand that, you know, like, oh, my CTR is 2.3%. I'm like, well, how many views do you got? Well, 20. I'm like,
yeah.
That doesn't stop. Don't worry about it. Like, we need to adjust the title. What else is going on with this? The other thing is that the most important analytic, especially when you're new or you have never been paying attention to your analytics, is going to be your audience retention.
Yep.
Because you have to satisfy your audience. And if you're not paying attention to that, like honestly, there's like little blips in the graph that is going to give you so much information about your video and what resonates with your audience. Like Joe was saying, that meme that came in, you know, like, did people rewind it? One time I was going down these stairs. It was in a little tiny house and I was having trouble getting down the stairs. So I sped up that clip really fast. So it looked like I was going down that really fast. I did it just to kind of save time on the video, and people rewound that. Like, I had a huge spike right there. So I kept afterwards adding a little part where I just ran up really quick. In one of my videos, I was talking about finding the perimeter of the property, and I just ran around the property really quick, and I sped that clip up. Everybody kept rewinding that. So I found out that people liked watching me run really fast, like a hamster. You know? So I always added that into videos that I did outside.
You know, one of the things that you can learn, and we did you a little bit of a small snippet, is pulling up other channels that are successful and looking to see what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And if they're doing things that are like with your niche, like that, it's got to be within your niche. Like, you can't just copy something and think it's going to work for everybody. But if you feel like, hey, this is something that I'm doing and it's close to like my avatar, and I think it'll resonate with my audience, then you should test it and you should try it. Sometimes, though, things happen by accident, and those accidents could be a blessing. And I saw a video not too long ago of a guy, and he totally tripped and fell right into the dirt. And so instead of cutting that out,
leave it in.
He used that as part of his hook. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's a big YouTuber that does a lot of stuff, but like, it was super interesting because I was like, dude, I can't believe he kept that in there. Mm-hmm. But because it wasn't on purpose, he literally tripped. It looked like he broke his ribs. And so then they do this whole story or whatever. And the whole time I'm thinking, I hope his ribs are okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But like, so we have things that will happen. And if you capture something or if you do it like intentional, you really can get more views. But just like Christina was saying, like, think outside the box. Like, every agent feels like they've got to be like stiff, and they can't.
Robotic. Well, she's not like that.
No, she's not. I didn't think either of them were. I'm just saying that a lot of times agents feel like everything has to be
professional.
It's got to be so polished.
I gotta look like a professional.
Yeah, people want to relate with you, and if that's who your avatar is, then okay, great. But like, most people are like, I want to talk, like, feel like I'm talking to like a real person. And that's a really good opportunity for you on YouTube, is for people to see your personality. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I get that guy. I like him. Like, you just put stuff in like that you think will resonate. And especially if it's towards an audience that you already know a little bit.
I had a dog in the middle of me doing something. A dog came up to me and I was like, okay, dog, you're in it. And then, matter of fact, in my video that I did with Modular Homes, I was doing an interview and her dogs wouldn't, like, she's like, I want him to go away. I'm like, no, keep him in here. They want to be happy. And the dog was like, I'm taking my fingernails down the back, and the dog's like,
he's just like, keep doing it.
So at the end of the video, I said, oh, by the way, the dogs are paid actors. I just want to let right now they have been paid for their spot. People love that, and they commented that the more realistic, the better.
Yeah.
And if you don't like something and it's not going to get you in trouble, say this is awful.
Yeah.
If you go into a neighborhood and the front of the subdivision smells like sewage, say the neighborhood's lovely, but there's something going on with the sewage. It stinks up front here.
Yeah. They're going to be like, I like that person. They're being honest with me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One time I opened the door and the knob fell off. I was like, oh, wow, there's a missing screw. Don't we all have a missing screw? People loved it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Because it's real, it's authentic. Right. Like that's part of the whole thing, is not everything is perfectly put together and polished. And the more real and more information you can give, the more it resonates with people. And ultimately what you're doing is building trust with them, because the goal is you're making this content for them to want to reach out and work with you or get a referral from you.
Absolutely. I concur, Joe Eves.
Yes, we need a shirt for that too.
What is it going to say? I concur.
I concur. Real estate video geeks. Why not? We can start like our own merch.
It's funny because now other people that I don't even know watch the thing. They'll like message me and I'll say something and then they'll write back, I concur. And I'm like, oh, they watch our streams. They watch our streams. So
but see, that right there shows you like even personality, like that just came off of like one of our very first streams that we ever did, and then it just kind of stuck. And so we both have done that throughout the time we've been doing these live streams. Mm-hmm. and now it's part of like what we do, and people pick up on that. And mm-hmm. It could be anything, but it's something that we did just kind of messing around, and then it just became something that not just us but our students say all the time too. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, we're creating like our own little group of group of geeks that just
we are geeks. We're the biggest nerds
really, YouTube and that kind of stuff. So
when we told Daryl at the beginning that we're like, what are you naming this thing? I'm like, Real Estate Video Geeks. He's like, okay, so you're geeks now. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah, he literally was just like,
yeah, his face was kind of like, really?
He's like,
and I'm like, yep.
He's like, I don't like your logo. We're like, we don't care.
Yeah, it's not about what you want, Daryl.
You're not our avatar.
You're not our avatar.
You hate realtors.
All right, everybody. Well, listen, if you have any questions about analytics and you want to know more about them, let us know in the comment section after this is published, or you can even put them in the group that Malcolm Lawson and I run together. Also, if you're interested in joining our group, and we'll be starting the next group in about 4 more weeks?
Yeah, about 4 weeks, somewhere around there. Yep. The
next group of students will be coming in 4 weeks. Just know that it's an 8-week course. And also know that just because you took it after 8 weeks, that doesn't mean that you're going to be ready to relaunch your channel and send it to the stratosphere. A lot of our students just recently were like, there's so much to learn. And I'm not like, I feel like I'm behind. You're never behind. Yep. You're never behind. We're here.
The one thing is that you have access to the course forever. Like it's a one-time fee and you can access it forever and ever. But the thing that's amazing is it works. The system works. If you put it in, like we have students that are consistently working and the results are phenomenal. And they're doing all the work. Like they listen to what we say, they implement what we teach, and then they're putting in the work. and because of that, they're reaping those rewards. But it doesn't, like, I think some people think, well, I have to have a certain personality, or I think I have to be like this or that, and they're nervous about it. No, just follow the system and be yourself, and you will attract the type of people that understand you and that like want to work with you.
Well, I am luckily I have goofy, ridiculous people like myself.
But they love it though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the best part, is you're gonna get some haters no matter what. But like most people are like, she gets me. Like she understands my, you know, like who I am. And what's funny is like even Jackie's stuff. I watched one of her videos and I was dying laughing. I'm like, holy cow, like. And I messaged her after. I'm like, that was so good. Like, and she's like, oh, thanks. I just thinking of like the people like that it's going to resonate with. And it was a meme that like, if I showed my daughter, she would have no idea what it was about. Mm-hmm. But it was done in such a way that it was able to like really enhance her message. And it literally, I was like, this is amazing. And what's great is, because she followed those systems and she did those things, like she's gotten massive views because of that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We should have a student on here sometime.
I was thinking about that on our advanced call. I was thinking, you know what, we ought to have like a rotation and just have them kind of share some of their stories, instead of it's just us saying, hey, we have students.
We're great.
Yeah.
We're great.
We're like telling people, you're talking only about yourself and you're not adding any value. What's your value proposition? Is like, maybe we should like do that on our streams and have them.
Yeah, maybe we should probably implement that ourselves.
You know? Oh man.
You know, like maybe we should practice what we preach, you know. The one thing at least there's no doubt about it. We have fun.
We do. Yeah. We have fun. We definitely have fun, and we definitely get results for those that impact in a different.
I concur, Joey. It's here, we got some music. Like skibbity pat.
Like I need like a little
scratchity scratch.